Well, good evening, guys. This is a little bit different for our traditional parent email that you get every week. So I just want to do something different to tell you about some important things in our student ministry, and it could be going on in the life of your student. Some things I know you will want your student to be involved in. So thanks for bearing with me or doing this. And this will take just a couple minutes. Maybe it'll save you time during the day of reading the same old traditional email, which we've changed. I hope you like the new look of the parent email, and I hope that serves you better and just being able to take a few minutes and to see what's going on in the student ministry and what things your student can be involved in. And so this sort of serves the same purpose, but just through a video so that we can make you aware of a couple of really important things coming up in Judson student ministry and some things that we really hope that you'll want your family and your kids to be involved in. One, I want to say this as we come out of spring break and we enter into the summertime, life groups become just an essential part of everyday life, one for a believer, but two for a student. And I've told some of you guys as we talk, and we talk about things like life group, and you ask, man, what's life group really do? How important is it to the life of a church or to the spiritual development and growth of a student? We outline some of those things that are sort of obvious, like Bible study and fellowship and things they're involved in. But one thing that you may not be aware of is that within 6 months of a student pulling out of a life group, that means a student who came on a regular basis, who is no longer coming on a regular basis, within 6 months of that taking place, usually a student will withdraw from a church. And a student who's been inconsistent in life group, that means lower than 50% through their time in student ministry, when they leave student ministry, will leave the church at least for a period of time. It is an important thing, and we do a great job with life groups here. We have teachers and adults who come every week who desire to know your student, love your student, teach them the word, and build a relationship with them. And so I hope you take advantage of that, especially coming out of spring break. We've had a couple of weeks. It's just been a little different and hectic, and we've been on vacation and travel and all those things going on. This is an important time for you to get your student back plugged in. I want to encourage you to do that. Number two, we have the 3-on-3 tournament coming up in Judson Student Ministry. This is the second year in a row we've done this, and it's just to take a break from our normal routine. It gets the students involved in hanging out with each other, playing basketball together, and also competing. I'm a competitor. I love doing it, and so I love things like this, and it's a fun time. The environment is just like you would hope it would be at a church. It's gospel-centered. We love each other, but we have a good time competing against one of each other. And so the way this is structured is each student can have a team up to 5 people, with 3 playing on the court at one time. We have 2 brackets for 5th through 8th and for 9th through 12th. And the winning team of each bracket will get $125 to split amongst the team members. And so that'll start this Wednesday at 6 o'clock. We'll end at 7:30. It'll start again next Wednesday on April 2nd, and we'll have the finale ending around 7:30, and then we'll give out the awards and the money to the teams who won. And so I hope your students found a team to be involved in. If not, let me know. We're going to get them plugged in so that they can take part and have a chance to win surprises in the process. Once this is over, we're going to start a new sermon series or message series, both in Merge and 7th through 12th, that we're going to call Overflow, where we sort of discover and talk about this idea with students that we live every day out of the overflow, whether as a believer or not, we're living the overflow of something. The overflow of sin in our life has a negative impact in our life, and the overflow of Jesus in our life comes out, doesn't it? In the grace we give to other people, and the way we forgive other people, and the love that we display, and the way that we act, and the thoughts we have, we live in the overflow of the grace of God in our lives as new believers. And so we want your student to understand the impact of the cross in their life and how this impacts them every single day. And we're going to be studying about this for the next 4 to 6 weeks in student ministry in 7th through 12th and Merge once the basketball tournament is over. When that takes place, we're going to be doing on April 30th. It's not when it ends, but so that'll start. You have 3v3 in the sermon series, and right in the middle of the series, we'll sort of take a break for 1 week to do sort of a wild card event, another off-campus midweek, this time being at the Hayes Farm. And we did this, towards the end of last year, where we had a bonfire. We were out there at night. This will be a little bit different because we're going to do this a couple times each year, and we don't want everyone to be the same thing. After the last time they had a hayride and a big bonfire, this time we're going to be playing things like volleyball and ultimate frisbee. We're going to be grilling out, and we're actually going to have our worship service around the fire that night. Josh, our worship leader, is going to be there with his acoustic guitar, leading us in worship, and your student and whatever friends they bring are going to be exposed to the gospel. We always seem to have a great response this night. We've had several students saved during off-campus midweeks at the Hayes Farm, and so I encourage you, get your kid there and let them bring some friends so that they can hear the gospel. Maybe they'll be exposed to something that they're not exposed to in the gospel on a regular basis. So that's some exciting stuff going on. And two other ones, so two big things in our student ministry. One, the Mud Bowl, coming up on May 3rd. When this takes place, and traditionally we've done mud volleyball. The problem with mud volleyball, although it's an awesome event, is that we don't ever get to have it. It's like one every 3 or 4 years. It's lightning one year, and it's like it's winter that hit another year, and it's freezing cold, and we always seem to be canceling this. So we've made a couple of changes to better ensure that we'll be able to have this event. And so one, by changing the date to May 3rd, it fits our schedules a little better. It's moving right into summertime. And then number two, we'll be doing the Mud Bowl, which is a flag football oriented mud event that'll require less setup on the front end. That way, if it's storming or raining or freezing or something else, as long as we have good weather that morning, we will not have to worry about canceling this event. And so the charge is going to be $5. The winning team is going to get $150. We're going to give away prizes for best costume as we encourage kids to dress up in their teams. We're going to have a drawing that day to get your camp paid for. So that's a big one for you as a parent. You're going to want your kid to be there because when they register, we're going to have a drawing at the end. If their name's drawn, they get to go to camp for free. That saves you $300. So that'll be a great thing. And that's coming up May 3rd. You're going to hear more about that, but I just want to go ahead and have you mark your calendars. And then, of course, right now we're in the early bird stage of sign-ups for summer camp. And so right now the cost for camp is $300. But if you sign your student up and pay the deposit before May 1st, it's $275. Saves you $25. If they work VBS, that's another, I believe, $25 off their camp cost. If they work Parents Not Out, it's another $25 off their camp cost. And so really, your student can go to camp for an incredibly affordable rate. Between $230, $235 if they just sign up early. If they just sign up before May 1st and serve during VBS, they'll be going to camp for $250 this year. And so we want you to take advantage of that. We want to make sure we've got the word out so that you can get your student to camp at the most affordable rate possible. It's going to be a great time of year. It's a busy time of year, but it's going to be a lot of fun. If you have any questions, please email me. You can find my email online on the Judson Baptist webpage under the staff section, or you can call me. My cell phone number is area code 865-851-4602. Thank you very much.